Good morning, beautiful people. We're going to jump into another message from Love Energy this morning. But before we do that, just so you know, you're probably watching this message on YouTube. And this is the only place that my messages are going to be available from now on. So if you have been seeing them in any of your social media feeds, that's not going to be a possibility any longer. So I really encourage you, if you've stumbled across this or found yourself here for the first time, to and you usually see it on social media, to subscribe. You don't have to watch everything every day, but whenever you're ready for it, they'll be there in your feed. I just couldn't survive in the social media space. The energy was just a little too much for me and a little overwhelming. So we're sticking to YouTube, and I will continue to post messages here. So subscribe there, or you can subscribe to my blog post where I do regular kind of touch on your own higher self and your own intuition and figure out what message for the week or the past couple days is the one that's meant for you. So I encourage you to check that out at this-is-what-love-looks-like, it's a dash in between everything, .com. So let's get started right in jumping into another message from Love Energy. So the first thing that I'm getting is actually just imagery, and it's an imagery of a parade, but it's a silent parade. It's and everyone's walking in a very dignified line, one following one group of people, one person, one experience, one message, connected really closely to the group or the person in front of them. There is no space, there's no gaps, and everyone is carrying a message, but there are no banners, there are no bells and whistles, there are no costumes. Like I said, this is a silent parade that I'm seeing, and the message that's coming through is that you need to embody your message. You need to embody the work that you're trying to do, the things that you want people to wake up and understand, the direction that you're looking to lead folks in. If you need bells and whistles and banners in your day-to-day life, then there's something you're missing. You're missing a step because you're not able to embody it, and people don't know that that's what you stand for on a daily basis. So today's message is really simple, is to take stock, look at your own inner work, look at the work that you're bringing into the community, look at the way that you were engaging with people all day, every day, and see if every word you speak and every action you take also carries your message. And if it doesn't mean you're a bad person, and it doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. Your message still may be pure. You still may be truly dedicated. But sometimes when we are in stress mode, and a lot of us find ourselves in stress mode at work, because a lot of us aren't in complete alignment with how we're paying the bills and what our soul is asking us to do. So sometimes we do need to kind of dissociate spiritually in a way. Not in a bad way where we're going against our morals or our ethics, but we are dissociating in a way that if we weren't in the workplace, we would be able to embody our message a little bit stronger, a little bit more loudly, a little bit more actively, because we wouldn't be stressed. Not because we can't live our best and most authentic self in our workspace, but because we wouldn't be stressed to meet expectations that are sometimes not meaningful. Sometimes this is where we get into busy work. This is where we get into dealing with other people's egos. This is where we get into fighting with people who are working towards the same mission to us. And not all brawls, but because that ego gets involved, everyone wants to take credit for it. Everyone wants it to be done their way. And we're not able to really be in that flow because we're trying to meet these expectations. So that is one case in where you may not be carrying your message because you are being stressed to the max and you're doing things just because it's the easiest path of least resistance, and you're not going with your message that you're trying to bring. For example, if part of your soul's calling is to help others ground and be present in the moment and take in their surroundings, but the easier thing to do at work is just to like move through things as quickly as possible and just to get things done, there's a conflict there, and you're not bringing that message fully through in every step that you take. So what Spirit's saying is, if you find that you are not able to carry your message without the bells and the whistles and the banners and long speeches and detailed posts on social media, then there's some work to do. Figure out where that resistance is and figure out why you're not able to show up for yourself as yourself in every moment, and focus on doing some of the work there. It doesn't mean you need to get louder with your message. It actually means you need to be quieter with your message and figure out how to embody it on a day-to-day, moment-to-moment basis. So the real pearl of wisdom, the easy takeaway is sometimes you don't need to be louder. Sometimes you need to be quieter and more soft-spoken and using no language and no words at all to do your work. And the thing is, once we are in rhythm with ourselves, once we are able to embody that, once people know what our message is just by being in a room with us, just by sitting at a dinner table with us, just by passing us on the street, then it's so much easier for us to get in line and get in this parade and this kind of flow of movement where everyone is doing their work and we're so connected to them without even trying, and we're just in step with them. So I'm going to leave that message with all of us with love and light, and have a great rest of the day. Enjoy the beginning of this work week and find out how you can show up in your workspace today a little bit more authentically, with a little less stress and a little less combativeness. And I will talk to you soon.